This next Devo in the series of the sweetness of God is about sweet sleep. Proverbs 3 says, "My son, do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. Preserve sound judgment and discretion. They will be life for you and like an ornament about your neck. Then you will go about in safety. Your foot will not stumble. And when you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet." In other words, when wisdom and understanding are worn about our neck like an ornament, we can experience sweet sleep, unafraid of tomorrow. There are so many variables that cause us to sleep poorly, from our diet, our sleep habits, caffeine, work schedules, and so on. And diet's a big one. Caffeine can cause us to lie awake all night, or spicy foods might upset our stomachs, or eating too late can cause us to feel heavy so that we can't rest when we're sleeping. These verses indicate that there's a place in Him where our sleep can be sweet, and could it be that what we eat spiritually affects our rest as well? Verse 3 says, "Love and faithfulness are never to leave us." Verse 5 says to trust in the Lord and our paths will be straight. And verse 7 says we're told to fear Him and shun evil if we want strong bones. Verse 9 says God gets our very best from the blessings we've been given. And verse 12 reminds us to receive His discipline because He loves us. Then there's a bunch of verses about the sweetness and value of wisdom being more precious than gold, like we read earlier, and how His word and wisdom are synonymous, one and the same. You want to be a wise person? Then know His word. You want to taste something sweet? Then read His word, and wisdom will be on your tongue. So what does the sweetness of sleep look like for a person that chooses wisdom through His word? I don't know, but I did look into it to see. It looks like getting enough sleep, sleeping comfortably with bed and temperature. It's sleeping without stress, but in peace. And it's sleeping when we have no bad foods or heavy foods before bedtime. So if you translate all of that into resting and sleeping sweetly, it can only come from one thing: a body and a mind at rest. And that can only happen when we choose wisdom and His words as part of our daily intake. Some people have mental exercises they perform at night in order to sleep well, including imagining that they're placing each worry on a piece of paper and tossing it in a fire or a bag and handing it over to Jesus. It's a simple exercise, but a hard one to practice. Some read scripture at night so that the truth of God is the last thing they hear before nodding off to sleep, which is a great practice. A book by the bed of the sweetness of God is better than cookies and milk. During sleep, lots of things happen. Adam's rib was taken from him, and Eve was formed. Dreams occur that sometimes change the world in our sleep. Sometimes dreams are bad, that terrorize us. Sleeping with another person is sacred and holy and reserved for marriage. Perhaps it's one of the sweetest expressions of love. Peaceful sleep occurs when fightings and wars cease. No more sound of war. God Himself never sleeps or slumbers, the Word says, yet He invites us to sweet sleep, knowing that He's awake and watching over us. Jesus even slept in the middle of a storm on a boat, and so can we. A restless night's sleep affects the next day's mood, doesn't it? I know it does for me. We can take melatonin and other sleep additives to help us sleep at night, or cover our eyes with masks, or leave on night lights all night to shoo away the darkness, but nothing will induce sweet sleep without the wisdom of God and the sweetness of His words being worn through the day around our neck and tasted on our lips so that good sleep results. I want sweet sleep, don't you?